Right, Jamie, brother, I appreciate you for hopping on this call. Brand Marketing Mastery, you've been part of my community for about 3 months, if that's correct, maybe a bit
Yeah,
longer. Today, we're just going to talk about where you are, where you were before joining the program, and what your future goals are inside of Brand Marketing Mastery. So, we're just going to start off by giving you the chance to introduce yourself real quick to anyone who's watching this video.
yep. So I'm Jamie. I'm 26. I'm from the UK. Currently working 9 to 5 as a elevator engineer. Looking to get out. I've got some money in cryptocurrency, a fair bit of money in cryptocurrency. Yeah, just looking for something reliable to generate an income whilst I'm also helping people at the same time.
Amazing. Perfect, brother. Awesome. So let's start with the starting point. Point a few months ago, let's cycle back. Can you describe to me and to people watching what was your life looking like before joining this program?
So before this program, well, to be honest, I put everything which I did side income wise on the back burner and let my 9 to 5 take over my life. Really, really sort of just yeah, just constantly flat out grinding away at the 9 to 5, getting stressed out, getting more work loaded on me, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, the main frustration for me really was I had no time to do anything. No personal time, no free time to do this or that. There were some days where I struggled to get to the gym like, regularly, purely because I've done like a 13, 14 hour day. Yeah, that's kind of where I was at before starting the program.
I understand, man. Yeah, it's been the same in my life as well, right? You have no free time, you're just locked up. But would you agree
Yeah.
with me that you also, before joining this program and even the few years prior, you always had this feeling that there is just more out there for you to see, right? Like,
Oh, 100%. At the end of the day, I wouldn't have ever invested in crypto, for example. I wouldn't have ever invested into Alessandro either, you know what I mean? Um, there is much more to life than work. So
100%.
yeah, like we're here once, like we got to make the most of it. So yeah, that's it. Not just be
Absolutely.
strung up in your job
Absolutely.
all day, every day. So yeah,
Totally. I'm glad that we're getting you out of there, bro. So yeah, that's pretty much where you started, right? And then obviously there's a lot of noise in this online space. There's a lot of when you scroll through your phone, watch YouTube, there's a bunch of guys like myself who say, you can make 10K a month, you can live this life. For you, what was really the turning point? Because I remember we've been talking for a couple of weeks prior to you joining. What was the turning point that really
yeah.
made you decide, yo, like this is it, I need to go for this?
So my turning point, really, to be honest, was once I got on a Zoom call with you, and you literally put everything, held everything out on a plate, and just said, "Here's my results. Here's all the transactions. Here's the proof. How you spoke to me and addressed me as well. Like, I could tell you're a real genuine person. Do you know what I mean? The amount of people which are just scamming people online with this and that, like offering, oh yeah, we're gonna make you $1 million in a year. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't come at me with that. Yeah, I also obviously sort of well, I was following you for a long time when you had your Millionated page, and then watched you transition from to your personal page,
Yeah,
and yeah, like saw your sort of build up videos as well of how you built Millionated, etc., and just tracked your progress. So I knew you're a real guy, like yeah,
I
and
appreciate
yeah,
that.
man,
Nice. So, especially to those of you watching who never familiarized themselves with my pages before that you just mentioned, right? I basically started growing theme pages on Instagram. That's how you discovered me, if I remember correctly.
yeah, yeah,
Just
correct, because
this online logo who's growing followers and then transitioning into actually showing my personality, documenting my life, and that seemed to have resonated with you back then.
yeah, exactly. Well, to be fair, mate, like I'm big on mindset, and like your branded page was literally mindset. So all the content I was just resonating with 24/7. And I was like, well, whoever is making this content, like surely I could just resonate with them as well. And then yeah, and then
100%.
I actually met you. So yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. And now we're crushing it together in this community. Crazy how the
That's
world
it.
works, right?
Exactly.
Awesome. So yeah, we went from, like I said, you were working a 9 to 5. You're basically undecided what to do. You see all of this noise online. You then joined the program. And then once you joined, how were your first impressions? Like, what was your experience like in the first 2 weeks?
So the program. obviously I joined literally when you launched it. Like I was on a
Right.
waiting list for when you launched it.
Exactly.
First impressions and feelings. First of all, I was just dead excited. I couldn't wait to start. Like just something to get my teeth sank into and get learning a skill which has provenly worked. You know what I mean? Like it's actually worked for yourself. And I know you've mentored people you know as well, like over time as well. So yeah, the actual quality of the program as well, like at first glance as well, super high quality. Like the videos and the value provided in those videos is really in depth, easy to understand, very well explained. And then obviously as well at the same time, if we don't understand anything, we've got the community there just to whack a question in, or your support as well via message. So yeah, man.
100%. I appreciate that. Thanks for sharing. And would you say as well that in the first few weeks, I remember we hopped on the first few group calls, you and the other few people from the wait list. Would you say that this one-on-one access every week where you can bounce off ideas, questions with me, that this helped you get started as well?
Oh, 100%. So like anything you're learning in the modules of the course, literally like every weekly calls just grow that 10x. Like, because at the end of the day, anything you're unsure on or anything like that, or stuck with, or want any advice with or tips, like you're going over in even more detail and sort of personalizing the experience in the sense of we'll go through some Instagram pages to reach out, show us a live audit, etc. And then if we're actually stuck, like this is completely just the amount of value you take from those weekly calls is unmatched. Like it helps so much. And even going back over the weekly calls as well, because they're all saved and logged, is super helpful. Like without those, I think you would still 100% get results just from the program, but attending these weekly calls just make everything so much easier and better. So yeah.
100%. 100%. Yeah, man, I'm happy to hear that because it's, of course, always different if you can learn from someone face to face, have that sort
Yeah.
of container, that access, instead of just watching me talk on a camera, right, in a video. So
Yeah.
amazing. And we're going to be introducing a mindset call too, where we're speaking a bunch about business and strategies and all of that good stuff. We're going to be introducing a mindset call. So I know that the same thing is going to happen that's happening in the business side of things, the 10x you were speaking about. It's going to happen with your character, mindset. I mean, you're already a freaking sick guy. You have a great mentality, bro. It's just going to be the cherry on the top for
Oh,
sure.
100%. That's another thing I found with the weekly calls as well is like it's a good time for us to hold each other accountable and for you to hold us
Absolutely.
accountable without any pressure or anything. Because at the end of the day, the results we get are down on us. Like
Yeah.
it's not down on you, it's down on us and the effort we put in. And like even just brushing over like mindset stuff in these calls and stuff like that. Like there's been times where I've had a really stressful day or a week and just chatting to you, you just get me back down to earth, settle, get your mind right. Do you know what I mean? So completely, yeah,
100%.
helpful.
Yeah, thank you, bro. That's just I'm excited for the next few calls. It's gonna be very good. I have some value coming for you guys. Awesome.
Awesome.
Perfect. So you got started, you shared your thoughts with me about the first 2 weeks in the program. Obviously, throughout any entrepreneur's journey, when you're trying to build something, you face struggles, you have doubts. Were there certain times that you found particularly challenging, and how did you overcome them inside of the program with my assistance?
I think partially, I mean, I haven't been slacking, but there are like sometimes there are times where I've slacked a bit, and like having you access to you there and the program, like you like just like the priming videos and stuff like that. Like so before each module, like you got the priming videos, for example, and just doing those and stuff instantly, you're free in your mind. You're getting your mind back in the game, ready to go. So sometimes the motivation, but at the end of the day, as you just said, like with any entrepreneurial journey like all it boils down to is what you put in is what you get out. So if you
100%.
half-ass this, which before we even signed on to the program, you literally said like at the end of the day, if you only go if you only half-ass this with half effort, you're only going to get half results. Whereas if you just go all
100%.
in and go for it, like you'll actually get the results, which is completely true, and that applies to anything in life, like the gym, friendships, relationships. Like if you just
Yeah,
half-ass all that, is you're only gonna get barely any results. So yeah.
100%. Absolutely. I'm on the same page as you. Very true. Perfect. Now, inside of the program, man, what would you say, like, obviously you're still in the program, you're still in the dirt, hustling, getting these clients, making money. Um, from the last 3 or 4 months, what were some of the key skills that you've been able to take away from this program? Also, just like the lessons that we went over, the lessons that we cover, would you say that these sharpen your actual skill set in marketing, but also in your day-to-day life, right? Things such as your confidence, the way you present yourself, the way you believe in yourself, etc.
Yeah, so 100%. So with all that, like just from being in this program, like in general, my confidence has gained. Um, Before I met Alessandro and got into this program, I was slacking on my mindset, like, and now I'm strict on it again, just back on it non-stop. Just yeah. My people skills has improved as well, like just in
Nice.
general with talking to people, especially like business people as well. I've had exposure to that in the past, always done all right, but it's something again I've just let go, and I've realized like yeah, just in general, like the communication is key, and so is like honesty, etc. You know what I mean? Um, as a whole as well, my confidence in regards to just speaking to random people as well, that's grown. Obviously, a lot of this as
Nice.
well to onboard clients is you're outreaching people you don't know, just random people online, and having the confidence to even just do that sometimes is a big step. Because obviously there's people with like anxiety and things like this in the world, like you know
Yeah.
what I mean, and like if you really suffer with that, like this is one way of just at the end of the day, you just got to push yourself out your comfort zone. And back to sort of like starting this whole program in general, like this was something out of my comfort zone. It's not something I was comfortable with. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to get myself out there in the sense of like all over like social media or
Yeah.
messaging this person or that person and whatnot. And yeah, so 100%. Like yeah, you got to at the end of the day, like you got to push yourself out your comfort zone to get anywhere. Like you can't just sit
100%.
in your comfort zone, otherwise you're not going to grow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely. Man, you mentioned this kind of jumping into the cold water, as I always say it, right? And this has been my way of coaching, way of guiding you guys since the beginning. I'm not there just teaching you guys the skill set and all the theory behind it. I'm like, guys, this is what you're gonna do in the next couple of weeks. You're not ready. I know that. I'm just gonna throw you guys into the cold water and we will figure this out together. Would you say that this stepping outside of your comfort zone on your end, but also in the way I communicate in the program, that this has helped you achieve more success quicker?
100%. Like doing this, like I just thought, excuse my language, but I've kind of just went with the bucket attitude.
Yeah,
Like, what's there to lose? Like, just go for it. And that's something as well, which you've sort of reminded us as well in the program. It's just like, what have you got to lose? Like, if somebody doesn't reply, how's that going to affect you? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's not going to affect you. It's just some random person online. Like, yeah, yeah,
100%. I appreciate that. Perfect. Man, we're gonna go to your achievements in the program. We talked about your emotions, where you were before joining. So, can you share some specific achievements, a success story that resulted from you being inside the program? I know you're freaking crushing it, but let's
yeah.
make the people hear it.
See, I've only been in the program like barely 3 months. It's coming up to three
Yeah.
months. I actually remember the date on school because it says when we joined the school community, joined on the 1st of
Yes.
February. So
Okay.
yeah,
It's
there we are.
23rd of April now, just for people who don't see the
Yeah.
date. But like,
Um, so results. So I was slow with the outreach initially, started building it more up, outreaching more and more. I put the feelers up there to people I know a little bit here and there. Didn't get much interest back. Had a little bit, but you know, people show some interest, and
yeah,
then whether they actually take action, and that's the main thing, is just taking action. Like it's a different
exactly.
thing. I've now onboarded my first client. They are paying me. Yeah, well, they're set up on a deal for over the next 4 months, $5,000 in total payment.
Crazy.
After that as well, a commission will be added per sale depending on my performance in this time. I've actually just onboarded my second client as well. This is on a higher commission only term at the moment. Just until again, like we build the trust, build the results, and then he can see the value of my work. Um, yeah,
It's the
yeah,
way to do
it's
it.
been
That's the
yeah,
way to do it.
that's it.
100%. So in 4 months, you're collecting the 5K. You have that deal fully arranged, fully signed, everything. You
Yeah,
have a, if I
both
remember,
signed.
perfect. If I remember correctly, the second client, Airbnb coach, who is selling high
Yeah,
ticket coaching online, you have
yeah,
20% in commission with that person. right?
Yeah.
Which means basically every sale that they make with you, you get 1/5 of the whole product or the ticket price, which is $2,500, if I remember correctly.
No,
20% of that
£2,500. So in
pounds.
dollars, I
Okay.
think that's like
Okay.
what? I don't know.
Like
About
3K-ish.
three. Yeah.
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 So
So
20%
get
off of
10 of
that is pretty
those.
nice, right? You get
Yeah.
$600 more or less per payment, which means you
Yeah.
need a handful of payments, like 5 a month, and you're getting paid 3K in commissions. Slap
Correct.
the other payments from your first client on top of it, and you're looking at the money that's going to free you from your 9 to 5 completely, right?
Correct. Exactly
100%.
that.
Brother, we're going to focus a lot in the next couple of weeks on getting these results, making sure your clients are absolutely phenomenally happy with your service, and then time to collect these payments, because the commissions,
Exactly that.
that's the fun part. That's the good part.
Yeah. Yeah,
100%.
definitely.
Amazing. Bro, from my side, again, congrats on your results. Like
Thank you.
3 months in, just shy of 3 months. In a week, it will be 3 months total. Just sticking to the plan for 90 days, doing what we are talking about in the community, and you have the results, and you're just getting started,
That's
my
it.
friend.
That's it.
100%. I was just mentioning you're just getting started, right? I want to ask you, with the current skills, the knowledge that you have, what on your end are the next steps, the next goals that you see for yourself in the next 3 to 6 months from now?
So next steps will be, first of all, completely bin off the 9 to 5, get rid of that. Build up a very good relationship with my current clients and also onboard more with the free time gained from my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Um, just literally scale my business, because that's another thing as well, is I've now actually set up an official limited company in the UK
Oh yeah, we actually
for my
forgot
marketing.
about that. Yeah, man. So
Yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah.
now the proud owner of your own company. Freaking
Yeah, yeah, I made it all official, do it properly. It's also a lot more professional as well from like a client's point of view. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, totally.
So definitely scale that. Um, Hopefully work a bit more closer with you, Alessandro, give you some help in the community where you need it and stuff like that. Yeah, and then hopefully as well, just well, I say hopefully, my main goal really then as well is just the true feeling of freedom, like an online income. You can work from anywhere in the world. So
Absolutely.
yeah, share the
Absolutely.
love and just travel. So yeah, man.
Man. One of my future aspirations with you is, like I said, giving you the chance to be more responsible in the community, because you're freaking crushing it, bro, and you're really helpful also for the other members. Like
Yeah,
just over delivering and also helping them, which I really respect. And I want to thank you for that too. And I definitely want to meet you out here in beautiful Mexico in a
yeah, man.
in-person mastermind that we're gonna do. And that's just gonna be life-changing, man. Gonna be life-changing. Because
100%.
that's one of my favorite parts of the community. I'm sure you will agree with this. It's just in real life, you tend to not really have a lot of like-minded guys around you very often, or at least for me in my life, it wasn't the case. And here we
Yeah,
just get together, and it's really only people who all have the same goals, right?
yeah, exactly that. Like I think on a whole, like my actual original friend group, none of them have the same mindset. None of them are
Yeah.
on the same path. I then met a good friend of mine, which I rarely speak to, only because sort of life's got in the way in the last sort of 18
Mhm.
months. But I'm actually meeting with him next week. Again, that could be a potential client as well, saying
Oh,
that.
nice.
Um, and like he's on the same path, he's doing very well for himself. But yeah, surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals will help you get to where you want to be in life, and that's all it
Absolutely.
boils down to.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
Yeah, man. I'm happy to have you part of this group, bro. Because I know definitely if we meet in real life, we're gonna be close boys for sure, bro. Absolutely.
definitely,
All
man.
right, man. And then to anyone, this is my final question actually. Anyone that's listening, anyone that's standing on the sidelines, we both know how it is. I was standing on the sidelines a few years ago where, again, you see a lot of noise. You don't really think it's possible to make that money online. If you would speak to your younger self, or maybe someone who is watching this on his phone and he's uncertain about if this is the right move or not, what is your honest advice that you would give them in their position? And if you think they should join, why should they be joining this program?
So my honest advice is kind of sort of what I mentioned earlier on in this call. Like we're only on this planet once, and you should just go for it. Like we got to make the most of it. So if you're standing on the sidelines in regards to this program, like even if you don't feel it's right for you, like what's the harm in giving it a go? Like And if you do give it a go, just approach it and put full effort in, because with anything, like with any course or program or coaching or anything you do in life or even work or anything, like the effort you put in increases the results you get out. So what you put in is what you get
Absolutely.
out, and it's just a direct correlation. So yeah, I just say bloody go for it. Like, don't hold back, just go for it. Just take the risk. And yeah, you don't find many trustworthy people online, and Alessandro is definitely one of the people you can trust. So
Appreciate that.
yeah,
Means a lot hearing this from you. Um, since you just spoke about me really quickly, I know I mentioned last question, but we're gonna do the actual last question now.
that's fine.
Just even not just the coaching, just your experience working with me closely, your experience talking
Yeah.
to me every week, getting responses on school. How would you say that compares to maybe previous experiences that you've had, or just your current experience working with me, simply said? What's that looking like?
Okay, I can compare it to like other experiences I've had in regards to sort of like courses and stuff. There's
Yeah.
been times where I've paid X amount of money, like for this or that, and they literally just email you a course or a program or onboard you into a community, and that's
Yeah.
it. You're just left. Like they'll send you it,
Step
take your
schedule,
money, and
prep
that's it.
everything. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Go on.
So yeah, like here, like you actually want us to get results. You're here if we have any questions. The support we get from you as well is unmatched. Like yeah, like having even like the weekly calls as well. Like that takes like an hour or so out of your day. Like you know what I mean? You're a busy guy, but like you take the time to go through anything, any questions, and you even stay on later if need be. Like you know what I mean? So yeah, no,
Appreciate that a lot, brother. Really means a lot hearing this from you. So that's pretty much it, bro.
mhm.
I'm so excited to see what you can do inside this program in the next few weeks. Like I know it's
Yeah,
just a
man.
matter of a couple of weeks, a couple of months until we're gonna be approaching the 5 to 10K mark. Any step along the way, I always say this, this reach out, bro.
Yeah, we'll do.
And I'm sure that in a few weeks, we might be able to have some nice comparisons between this interview and where you're actually going to be in 3, 6 months further down the line. So I'm pumped for that, bro. Appreciate you taking the
Yeah,
time.
man. All good. All good.